friends, this is Mayla. I'm back with another video for you guys today. I am in my garden for the first time in about a week and I'm really excited. I believe today is like the last day we're going to have these milder temperatures, and then we're going to shoot back up into the 90s by the end of this week and on into the weekend. I thought it was over. Sadly mistaken. This is the South. We have crazy weather. So we have been in the 80s and in the 70s and low 80s for the past 2 weeks. Have had wonderful weather. Like at the football games, after the sun goes down, it's like chilly, cold, low-key, but now we're going back up into the 90s. But I wanted to go ahead and come out in the garden today and get a couple of things done. I have a project that is going to complete my rock garden and near my garden shed. I have been hinting and telling you guys that I'm going to put something that is evergreen and kind of tall on each side of it. And so we're going to do that today. I purchased 2 planters off of Amazon. These tall things, I will link it in the description below. It has these little ridges in it. It is not concrete like a lot of my other planters outside is, but it looks like it is. From this distance, it's kind of like a rough texture, and it has that not shiny look. It's kind of a matte look. I really like this. It was a 2-piece set for, you know how sometimes on Amazon you can buy brand new or you can buy used, and so they had a 2-piece set buy used for like $60. And this is a tall planter. I believe this is, I'll have to measure it, I believe this is 26 inches tall or maybe 28, and it is, I believe, 14 inches wide. But like the brand new 2-piece set was, I believe, I saved like $20, and so they look brand new. I believe somebody probably just returned it. Nothing has been inside these. No dirt or potting soil has been inside these. These are the kind that come with a little level, kind of maybe a little more than halfway down, so that you don't have to fill the entire thing with soil. But since what I'm putting in here is evergreen and it's going to stay, I won't be, changing it out at all. I'm going to go ahead and fill the entire thing with soil. So we will remove these little leveling shelves. I'm going to, these don't have holes at the bottom, so I'm going to drill maybe 3 or 4 holes in the bottom so that it can drain, and then also so that I can pull my drip line up through so that I can attach these planters to drip irrigation. But what we are going to put in this, I'm going to turn the camera around and show you guys. So this is what we're going to be doing today. I have been looking for my wax leaf ligustrum trees, like a tree like I have over in my shade garden next to the big shed, and I really wanted that to put into these planters, but I could not find a good one. So I was out at Lowe's. Is this Lowe's? Yeah, this is Lowe's, and this is the Privet. This is the Privet, which is very similar to the wax leaf ligustrum. It's just the wax leaf ligustrum is just a different variety of the Privet, and some people say these are invasive. However, this will not be planted in the ground. It is on a rock bed. So, and then also what the project is we are going to be creating a topiary out of these. A 2-ball topiary. I am going to put a stake down the middle, and I am going to prune this up and start creating my own 2-ball topiary. So any type of bloom this would have with any seeds that might drop will be pruned off every year anyway, so that will decrease the chances of this being invasive. So that's one project. We will pot both of these in here, and then we're going to go ahead and start pruning into the 2-ball topiary. And then I have these two, y'all, I'm trying again. I said I would not ever buy another Buddleia butterfly bush, but I have killed about maybe 8 or 9, no, probably about 10 Pugsters. I know I've killed about 4 Miss Mollies and about 6 or 7 Pugsters. So there you have it, more than 10 plants. But I think I know what I need to do. I have always purchased them very small, quart size like this, and planted them in the ground, or I potted them in a huge pot with a lot of soil. Now, I knew better than that, but I did it anyway. When you are planting a plant in something that's really big, that has a lot of soil, it will stay a lot more moist than, because it has a lot of soil that's going around it, around the root ball, to stay moist. Well, I should not have done that. So I am not going to plant these in the ground right away. I am just going to upsize them to this pot right here, which is not terribly big. And I will just keep them that way until the spring. In the spring, I will plant them into a bigger pot. I am not going to plant them into the ground. I will plant them into a bigger pot that I will place in my landscape somewhere. But right now, they're just going to go into a little plastic proven winter's pot and stay there for the entire winter. These are very cold hardy, so I will put them over here in that area that I keep a lot of plants in the wintertime. It is protected by a lot of wind and cold up against the house, so they will be just fine. And the other thing I need to do today is I need to get up to my bird feeder and replenish the hummingbird nectar, because they are flying by, and boy, that thing is empty. So I need to just pull my ladder out, climb up, and refill that. And I have my I have it here, so we're going to do that today as well. So let's get started, because it is probably about 6 o'clock. I maybe only have another hour and a half of sunlight, because it is starting, the sun has started to set a lot sooner now. So let's get started. I hope these topiaries don't take too long. All right, y'all, I don't have the microphone on. I cannot find the thing that plugs into the camera that connects to the microphone. I don't know what happened to it. I had it on the charger. That was over a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, and I have not been able to find it since. So I have to tear my house upside down finding that thing. So I hope you guys can hear me well. But first, I'm going to get started. Before I put any soil in here, I'm going to drill a few holes in the bottom, and then we will put the drip line up through there before I start putting any soil in here. First two went very easy because it was already indentation. I had to force the others, but it's just fine. I put 5 holes in the bottom, and we will just put the drip up through one. two that was easy to do actually have stoppers in them. The hole is already there. So they did have holes in them. Okay. I'm gonna add some more. We have 5 holes in that one as well. Let's see, we're going to, this is a 1/4 inch drip distribution tubing. I'm gonna pull that all the way up through the bottom. Up here in the top, we're going to connect the inline drip tubing to this. So this is enough inside. And here, I'm just going to give it enough slack to connect to the 1/2 inch distribution tubing. And the same with the other. And this tubing is what we will connect on top.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. On we'll go, finding life along the way, melodies we haven't played. No, I don't want no rest, echoing around these walls, fighting to create a song. I don't wanna miss a beat. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us us to thousands, and we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon. Turn us to thousands, and on we'll go.
I have these stakes that I purchased from Home Depot or Lowe's. This is the Vigoro. Garden stake. These are the 6-foot ones. I'm just going to slide down the center.
Through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go. Through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll
So now I have the stakes all the way down each center. I am going to take some ties and take 1 or 2 of the center strongest, tallest center trunks and attach it to the stake, and then we will start our pruning. All right. So first I'm going to see what I can cut off. So this one is going to have 2 center leaders. Now, I know this does not look like a traditional 2-ball topiary, but we are starting out from something that was a bush and we are trying to create our own. So I cut off a little bit in the middle to start that separation of the 2 balls. I have a little bit at the top and a little bit at the bottom. I know they both look a little vase shaped now, but once it puts on a little bit more growth, and then maybe next year sometime once we start to kind of prune it in a ball shape, it'll give it a different look. we're going to leave it at this for now. I am going to add some rocks to this, and then let's get started on the second one. So when I prune, I am going to prune just like I do everything else. Kind of almost like how I prune my hydrangeas. You want to cut just above a set of leaves. So hopefully it will start branching out from there and grow new branches. So like for this one, I'm gonna come here. Let's see if you can see. I'm gonna come here. There is a set of leaves here and here, and I'm gonna cut just above that set of leaves. So I don't know if you can see that, but I cut right there. And I'm just gonna go around and do the same thing at about the same height. In the space in the middle, in the center where I want it to just be the trunk, I'm just going to peel off these leaves. I'm not going to do too many though. And then up here, I'm just going to cut off the top. So we're going to hook up the drip. I have already put a plug in one end. It's plugged up. And then I'm going to take this end and plug it into my distribution tubing. Now we're going to wrap it around. And do the same with this one. I'm going to put this piece in one end. I'm going to plug the other end with this, with the goof plug. Now let's wrap it around. let me move these in place before I water them in, because they'll get heavy. The last thing we need to do, we need to pot up these two. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys which one this is. This is the Pugster Amethyst. It's this purple color. I've never had this one, but I've found out that this one is the one that has the largest leaves. So I figured I'd try this one out. I've had the Pugster Pinker, the Pugster White, and the Miss Molly, and none of them did well. So we're going to try this, upsize them into this pot, leave it all winter, and plant it in the spring. Alright. I am going to be reusing some soil from these fuchsias that died. I did not water them for like maybe a week or two when it was in the heat of the summer in July, I believe, and they both died. And plus they were getting too much sun. Fuchsias like to have just a little bit of sun and afternoon shade. I believe they were getting too much sun, so we'll try again next year, and I'm going to put them in a different hanging pot instead of the one with this cocoa. There's nothing wrong with this soil, so we're going to reuse it. Put just a little bit of biotone. We are going to sit this over in my rehab area so the roots can get stronger over the winter. So let me show you guys what we got done today. It's getting dark before I lose every little bit of my sunlight. We got these two Pugster amethysts potted upsized into bigger pots, and they will sit over here and get a little bit of sun every day and just grow throughout the winter. And I'm going to plant those hydrangeas in the ground in the fall, but those buddleias, those Pugsters, are gonna stay until next spring. And then we were able to pot up our privet trees, evergreen. I will post on the screen how the measurements these will get at maturity, but these are normally screening like bush or hedge, and some people prune them into multi-trunk trees or topiaries, and so I decided to do a 2-ball topiary. I know it looks very scarce right now, but we have what is going to be the lower ball down here, and then I have a little space in between, and then what is going to be the upper ball there. I potted them up, connected it to drip irrigation, and I added a few rocks there just for decoration. And then here is the second one on this side. This is going to be our second 2-ball topiary. The lower ball will be here. There's a little space there, and then the upper ball will be there. And I topped that one off with some rocks as well. We were also able to fill up the, you see the camera just came on when it noticed me. We were also able to fill up the hummingbird nectar in that little container. And y'all, I have a surprise to show you. Y'all, look at my Gara. It is blooming again. I did not know it was reblooming. It bloomed beautifully in the spring, and I believe those were a little bit of a lighter pink than this, but look at it now. I mean, they are all splayed over, laying down. And I am going to cut them back, but I have just got to enjoy this for now. Look at those. I mean, that color this time of year is just awesome. Look there. This one right here is just completely laid over. We are going to get that in another. We're going to move those in the fall. We're going to move them back and then take 2 or 3 of them and move them to another spot in the yard. Okay, y'all, I got to get inside. These mosquitoes are tearing me up. But I am glad I was able to get out in my garden, even if it was just to pot those topiaries and start pruning those, and to just do a few things bit by bit. Everything matters. I'm just going to pick up a few more things that I need to pick up. I pulled some weeds out of the garden bed the other day and just threw them in the grass, so I need to pick those up, throw that away, and we're gonna head inside because I am getting eaten up. I want to thank you guys for joining me today. All of your support, it means so much to me. If you like the content that I am bringing to you guys weekly, please subscribe if you are not already subscribed. Hit the thumbs up if you like my video, and leave me a comment in the description below if you have any questions, suggestions, or you just want to let me know who you are, where you're from, and just let me know that you're here. Again, whether it is morning, afternoon, or evening when you're watching this, I hope you're having a wonderful day and enjoy the rest of it, guys. Bye.